What's up, my people? How you all doing? It's your girl Nurat, and welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is going to be about 10 things that I've loved about Canada ever since I've moved here. I moved to this country year 2023 February, and I've spent about 6 months in this country, and I've come to realize that there are some things I love about this country and there are some things I do not really like. But today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 good things that I've loved about Canada. If you're new on my channel, where have you been? Where have you been? Okay, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and please show your girl some love by clicking on the subscribe button so you can get notification whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love. Yes, I know I'm new and I have about over 50 subscribers, but I know that you are in this journey with me together, and I know that you're gonna help me build this channel. Thank you so much, my new and returning OGs, and let's dive right into the video. Okay, one fact about Canadian is that they are really nice people. Like, ever since I've been to this country, all I've seen and the Canadian that I've actually come in contact with seem to be really polite and friendly too. Like, there was a day that I went to the mall and one literally opened the door for me to come in. And now the first thing on my list is that they care about their surroundings. They care so much about their environment. Ever since I've been to Canada, I've found it really hard to see garbage lying everywhere. And again, where I live in Saskatoon, we always have this gardener that come over every other week to clear the garden, ensuring that everything is fine and clean as possible. Most especially during the winter, because I came into this country during the winter and I could see that the highways are always free of snowfalls. This is because they have these truck, I could call it truck, that come over to clear the road and also to ensure that people are not in danger when they are driving during snow time. So that's one thing that I can see about Canadian. Another interesting thing is that whenever I go to eateries, like I call it, like McDonald's, Wendy's, to get burger or fries, I realize that whenever I'm taking my drinks from the tap or whatever they call it, we're usually served in paper straw. At first I was kind of, what is this? Because it swept me off my feet, because back home where I come from in Nigeria, we're used to plastic straw, and over time when I use this paper straw, I really do not like it. But then I realized that trying to minimize wastes around their environment, this is a way of keeping their environment clean, because plastic are not really degradable, while paper can be easily degradable, and this is another wonderful way for them keeping their environment clean. So this is one reason why you might consider moving to Canada. Another fantastic thing about Canada that I really love is that Canada is very multicultural. There are different cultural practices here in Canada. I remember when I came here to Canada and I wasn't mobile, most Uber that I take are either the Philippines or the Indians or the Chinese people or even African people, especially Nigeria. And after this video, you might also have 10 things that you love about this country and the reason why you should consider moving to Canada this year 2023. I can literally count how many Canadians that I've come in contact with, guys. Yeah, I don't know, maybe this is peculiar to Saskatoon, but I'm telling you for a fact that on a daily basis I get to meet the Philippines, India, Chinese people, especially Africa. And I've met a lot of Nigerians in Saskatoon where I live, and even where I work I met a lot of Filipinos, also Chinese people, Indian people. All of these people are all together in one place, and they learn to live together, to coexist peacefully. Another amazing thing about Canada, this is going to be number 3, is that Canada is a credit system country. Now what I mean is that you are eligible to have a credit card when you come to Canada, and then this credit card is going to be a kind of thing that you can easily use. There are going to be some funds available for you to use. It's not your money, yeah, but it's going to be available for you to use and then return back over time. Now back home in Nigeria, there's nothing like credit card. We only have debits, where you have to have all the money you need to purchase whatever it is you want to buy. But that is not the case here in Canada. You'll be given a credit card as soon as you open a bank account here in Canada, and then this money is going to be available for you to use anytime, any day, and then you'll be paying it back over time. Okay, now another thing is that they have mortgage system. Mortgage system simply means that when you want to purchase maybe something huge, like you want to buy a house or you want to buy a car, you don't need to have all the money. The federal government of Canada are going to check your credit history and see that you have not default, and then this is when they are going to use, and then they're going to ensure that you're actually having employment, you're working, you'll be able to pay the money over time. So let's say, for example, the car you want to purchase is about 25,000 Canadian dollar, and then you don't have all this money. You're going to be required to pay a chunk, and then the rest are going to be spread over time. Now that is how mortgage works. Same thing happened in the case of buying a house too. So who doesn't like this? You don't need to have all the money in the world to get whatever you want to buy. You can always have a little and pay instrumentally over time. Now this is one thing amazing I love about this country. Now, the number 4 on my list is that Canada care about its people. Guys, this is not a lie. Canada care about the welfare about anybody living in Canada, not just Canadians. Once you're in Canada, either on a temporary basis or permanent basis, Canada is there to protect you, to care for you, to care for your need, the need that you need to settle and everything. The federal government set some places aside, like some societies that care about its people. For example, when you're just coming into this country, there is a society here in Saskatoon. I don't really know about other provinces, but I can talk about the provinces of Canada, of Saskatoon. So when I came into this country, there is this society that you're best to go to get introduced into Canada. It's called Open Door Society. This is a society that would provide you with some basic things that you need to know about Canada, how to get settled without any hassle. Sometimes they also help with getting jobs. They hold some seminars over time to help people that are actually finding it hard to settle in Canada. And also there's some people that are having problem with settlement or also having roof over their head. This Open Door Society helps people to get settled, and this is put together by the Canadian government. Like, guys, this is amazing because it's taking a little to know nothing, that you have people in place where you're coming, that they are already willing to help you settle into this country without any hassle. And this is free, guys. Sometimes they even provide people with groceries. Like, I have met couples that when they move into Canada, they are actually finding it out to settle in, and they don't have a job yet, and getting groceries was really something difficult, and Open Door came true for them. Open Door provide them like $300 to get groceries, shopping and all, provide temporary accommodation for them to get settled down, and sometimes in the long run provide them with employment. So this is one important thing, one valuable thing that I've learned and loved about Canada ever since I've moved here. Okay guys, the 5th one on my list now is Canada's benefit. This is absolutely one thing that I love about Canadian government. Now, when you live in Canada, either on a permanent or temporary basis, the Canadian government puts in place some benefit that you get to enjoy from them. Now, this includes the HST and GST. The HST is the harmonized sales tax, and it is tax-free benefit. The other one is GST, which is goods and service tax. And then we also have child benefit, which is CCB, Canadian Child Benefit. We also have the climate action incentive. This is paid to some provinces that's sometimes when during the winter they get to experience a lot of snowfalls, and the Canadian government put aside this climate action incentive to help families to be able to cope with the weather. So this is paid quarterly to people that live in Canada, and this is an amazing one. Actually, the HST GST is also tax-free benefits that you get to receive quarterly in Canada. So the child benefits is all about you being a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, and sometimes temporary residents that have lived up to 18 months are also eligible to Canadian child benefit. This benefit is paid to people that live in Canada to assist them to raise their family. Take for example, children that are under 18 years are eligible to Canadian benefits, either Canadian child benefit, just to assist their family to raise them. And however, when they get to the university level, they are also going to be having some loan from the federal government for them to be able to finish their to complete their higher institution, and then they get to pay overtime. So guys, what are you talking about? These are the reason why you have to move to Canada this year or next year, or you just have to start planning to move to this country because it's really worth it. Sixth on my list is that Canada has lots of opportunities. Take for example, if you're here on a temporary basis or permanent basis, Canada has a lot of opportunities for you. You always have room to grow. Like there are always some career courses that you can take to improve yourself, to better chances of getting more good opportunities. Unlike back home where I come from, where we have limited opportunities, Canada is embedded with lots of amazing opportunities that you can tap in. I came to this country as a personal care worker, and I'm looking into being a nurse, so I can switch easily without any hassle. So that's one thing that Canada will do for you. It's going to help you develop yourself in your professional line, and then your career can always be top notch or to wherever you want it to be. So this is one good reason why you have to move to this country. You're not limited to doing one thing for a long time. You can switch to different opportunities. They have lots of good, beautiful career opportunities that you can tap into. So what are you waiting for, guys? There are also free social services that helps people in the case of child abuse, domestic violence, and what have you. So this is a place that you really want to come because you will always get your protection. You will always be safe. It's a safe space. Yes, I call it a safe space. So give it a try, guys. Now the number 8 on my list is that there is dignity for labor here. Oh yes, guys, no matter what you do, no matter the kind of occupation you have, either as a plumber or as a healthcare assistant, as a nurse, or as a landowner, or as a gardener, no matter the occupation you have, you always have your respect. You always have the dignity for your labor. Take for instance, in Canada here, they don't call people ma, sir, Mrs. Wanting, Mr. What they do here is that they get to call you by your first name, and that's it. When I got here, I realized that it was actually a kind of a culture shock for me, because back home you get to use respect for those that are a little bit above you or even completely above you. Take for example, back home in Nigeria, maybe a janitor will always have this respect for a bank manager, but here you are treated the same. You're called by your first name, and that's it, period. So there is nothing like hello sir, yes ma, or whatever. No, you're called by your first name, and that is it. And then you get all the respect you deserve, no matter what you do. Okay guys, before moving on to the next one on my list, if you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Send this video to your loved one that are considering moving here, and also do not forget to hit the subscribe button, like my video, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know how you feel. If you have any question about this video, what have you. And now let's move on to the next one on my list, which is number 9, is that there are free education. Yay! Free education, guys. Yes, you heard me right, free education. Now, apart from the fact that your child will have to go to daycare when they're about 1 to 5 years, and then about 6 years old they get to go to school for free. Now this is mind-blowing, because the Canadian government has put in place that the child that is below 18 years will get to go to school for free without paying a dime. It's a way of assisting the parents, making things easier for them. And another thing is that at the end of this video, I'll be posting another video about the things that I do not like about Canada. Yes, of course, you always have the pros and cons of whatever place you find yourself. So in this video is all about the 10 things that I like, and this is number 8, is that there is free education for every child, and that is really mind-blowing. Okay guys, the number 10 on my list, which is the last, is that Canada has a close proximity to the United States of America. Yes, you heard me right. It has a very, very close proximity to the US. Now, the US is a place that I've actually dreamt of going one day, and I know that because I'm in Canada, my dream is going to come true one day. And for the adventurers out there like myself, if you're someone that loves to travel, you know, to see places, Canada has a close proximity to lots of amazing countries. Take for, like I mentioned, United States. And sometimes in the future, when I'm more settled, I want to go to Disneyland in Florida, and it's just gonna be like, you know, a plug and play for myself and my family, and it's something that I look forward to. Now, if you love everything that I've talked about, the things that I've talked about Canada, please consider clicking on my on the subscribe button and put on the notification bell so that you can get notified on my next video, because it's going to be about things that I do not like about Canada. Yes, so guys, these are the 10 things that I love about Canada, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do so, please give this video a thumbs up, and also leave a comment in the comment section and help this community grow. I need more subscribers, so share my video, talk about me, let them know that I have amazing content on my channel. And that is all for today, guys. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.